Robert, good to see you.
Hey, good to meet you.
Thanks for coming
Appreciate
in.
it.
How are you?
Good.
I hear you do a lot of flips in Seattle.
I try. You know, I get into a point where you kind of get bored, and I try to do things and diversify, and I've been doing it for a few years. So
Cool.
Saw some things you guys had going on, so I wanted to come in and see what you guys were about.
Great. Well, thanks for coming in.
Appreciate it.
So we've been sourcing off market for about 33 years.
Okay.
So I'm sure you've heard of me. It's the first time we've met.
Yeah, no, first time, but excited, ready to go. You know, you got a lot of things going on online nowadays.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
I want to put a face to the name.
Yeah, good. Well, we've got this one on Queen Anne. It's $750,000. Great deal. Nothing on Queen Anne for under $1 million.
Yeah.
Right
now.
No, I know. So have you done any on Queen Anne yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
But, you know, that's the hot spot. So
Sure.
trying to get in where it's getting good.
So I sent all this stuff to you by email. I don't know if you got it, but there's a title report. There's the pro forma of what we would do to it if we went ahead and flipped it. We've got the underlying purchase and sale agreement, and we have our assignment agreement. So it sounds like you've bought some properties by assignment before.
Yeah.
Yeah, so ours is pretty simple to everybody else. We charge basically right around 5-6% depending on the property, and we're pretty firm on that. We've just always been fair. We don't do bidding wars, and you know it's kind of first come, first serve. So we just put this out there yesterday. We anticipate somebody will probably jump on it today. You know, it is kind of a infill lot, so it's got a nice bungalow on it. We're talking to the city about perhaps doing a curb cut and potentially cutting into the hill a little bit and getting a couple parking spots there. That's something we would probably do if we went ahead with the project. Right now it's got 2-bedroom, 1 bath with a complete unfinished basement, but currently you do have to go outside to go to the basement. So I don't know if you saw that on the pictures. And so it's got all the old world charm. It's got a hoarder in it. That's why we got it for such a good price, because it's hard.
Hoarder's mess still in there as well?
Hoarder's mess, and we told her she could leave stuff, so you're probably going to have to budget a couple grand to get the shit out of there. Okay? And so what we were thinking of doing is somehow incorporating these stairs into the house, maybe doing something there with a deck out back, and so that's what we'd probably do to it. We were going to put 2 bedrooms, another bath down here, and then another mother-in-law apartment. So all total, we'd have 5-3. Okay? Our pro forma, and I never tell other guys what they should do or not do with the property. We're looking at, you know, we'd probably get the property to about 1.5, 1.6 would be our target finish value. So our construction costs are somewhere around 200 to 220 between finishes, so there should be a pretty good margin there.
Okay. Are your construction costs based on your in-house percentages, or is that market?
No, that clearly you'd have to pay more if you were hiring a third party. So I don't know if you have your own in-house GC.
Yeah, we do. So we just wanted to see if it's comparable.
Yeah. So the challenge with all of these assignments, as you know, and these properties that come available this way are it's first come, first serve. So we got other people in the office that are taking a look at it. We have limited access, so I can get you in, but it's not negotiable. And it's probably going to go before somebody gets in, because really the land's worth more than $750,000. Right. So guys will buy it sight unseen. Okay. So if you've been through the assignment process, our agreement is essentially a 3-page agreement. At the point that you're ready to go, we sign the contract between you and I. Okay. You have a right to add partners. You can create an LLC. You can do whatever you like to the property or the buying entity. You can turn around and sell it to somebody else if you want to make money. I've seen deals sold 3, 4, 5 times prior to closing. After you've committed to it, it's your deal. Okay. We have the relationship with the seller. So obviously we're going to do a lot of the things a broker would, even though we don't represent you or the seller. But if you want access prior to closing, we'll get you in. If you're going to have somebody look at it for your financing or whatever you're doing, there are no contingencies. So once you commit to this thing, it's your baby.
Yep. PSA stands as is?
Yep.
Okay.
So you got to be sure to play it as it lies. If you want us to modify the PSA, we will always try, but no guarantees. Okay. You got to be prepared to close on it per this underlying purchase and sale agreement.
Are you talking modification before assignment is set or modification after?
After you've committed, we will go ask for anything you want. Okay? I can't guarantee it. We have a good relationship with the seller. She's been here 3 or 4 times. We've met her at the property, but we've already negotiated the price down enough to include our fee. So we started at $800. We got it down to $750. Now we're bringing it back to market at $800. So that's our placement fee. Okay. That's for all our people working and everything we do to find a property. Okay.
Is the earnest money already placed into escrow,
So-
or am I just replacing?
Good question. So we have written a check to her direct to help her get her daughter out. So that is applicable to the $750.
Okay.
So yes, you do have to bring in 50 and 10.
Okay.
We have gotten a process kind of over the last couple of decades where we strongly prefer to do cashier's checks, because the challenge is once I sign this piece of paper, you own the contract. And I don't know how many times I've heard, oh, the wire didn't work, or the ACH didn't work, or so. Generally, at the moment you have a cashier's check, I sign it. We send it over to escrow. We let them know that we'd have signed it to you. We tell the seller that we have a partner coming in. They'll probably form an LLC. And at that moment, we just help you close on it.
Okay.
So it's pretty straightforward. There's a couple points in here that I usually point out is that, go ahead and review the title report. There is a reverse mortgage on it. The payoff's about $420,000, so title will be clear at closing. The estate is represented by an attorney, and Molly is the daughter that's representing the estate as the executor, who's the one that signed the contract, so it's a fully enforceable contract.
I'm not sure if we touched on this, but tenant in place.
So
Is
it's
it
not a
family
tenant, it's a
member?
family member that's going to be out
And
at closing.
fully-
So I would recommend you not close till they confirm she's out.
Okay.
And it is a condition of title. Or not a condition of title, it's a condition of closing. Yeah.
Okay.
So when you go through this, you are reviewing the title report. You're reviewing the underlying purchase and sale agreement. We've done thousands of them. They're all fully enforceable. You have a right per number 20 to assign the contract to you or whoever. Even after we sign this piece of paper, you can change the name again.
Okay.
You can bring in your friend Tony, your friend Alec. You can do a partnership. You can turn around and assign it again if you want.
Got it.
Okay, at this price point, I'm sure you could do something
Try
with
to
it.
do something with it.
Right. So really these go pretty quick. Once you've reviewed this, once you review the title report, if you have any questions, if you did have 2 cashier's checks at that point, we'd sign this agreement. We'd sign this single page addendum. This does not go to escrow.
Okay.
And it says in here that it doesn't go to escrow. So why do I do that? I'll tell you why I do it. Sometimes when you put this agreement in escrow, sellers will see that you marked it up.
Correct.
And so generally, while it's perfectly fine and legal and everybody does it, you do not want to create bad feelings with people seeing that you marked up a property. Okay?
Got it.
So generally, anything you put into escrow, if an escrow officer is asked, it has to be shared by all the parties to the transaction. Okay?
Yep.
So I know a lot of people do assignments where they get paid at closing. We get paid at the moment we assign the contract.
Yep.
Okay? Can you do it at closing? Sorry, you can't.
Got it.
Okay. People ask. People ask, is the fee negotiable? Sorry, it's not.
Okay.
Especially on this one.
Got it.
It's a very fair deal. Okay. So if you and your partner want to go through it, go through all this information, let me know if you have any questions. If and when you're ready to go. It is first come, first serve.
Got
So
it.
somebody in the office could already be getting contracts. What I do and ask them to do is if they have somebody serious, have them sign the assignment agreement, say they were ready to bring in cashier's checks, and at that moment we will say, okay, if you're coming, we'll hold it for 2 hours. Let us know what time you're going to be here or what time.
Once wire gets placed.
You can do a wire too.
Okay.
If you want to send a wire confirmation, at that point we will sign it. I'm just a little hesitant about that because about 50% of the time, there's some guy thinks he's doing a wire and he sends an ACH and then
Right.
it doesn't work, and then the money magically disappears for 10 days and nobody can find it. And I've already assigned it to you, so now I've sold the Super Bowl ticket.
Right.
Now I have to chase you to get paid.
Got it.
So we've kind of figured out the easiest way is yes, proof that you did the wire transfer or a cashier's check.
Got it.
Because the nice part about cashier's check is it's kind of like cash for
Immediate.
keys.
Yep.
You're giving me the car, I'm giving you the title, and so
Yeah.
that's kind of how it works. So
Good.
it's a great one. You guys will make a lot of money on it.
Got it.
So-
Do you mind, is this for me to take?
Yep, you
this
take
with
everything
you?
out, and
Okay.
we've sent it all to you in email as well.
Okay, perfect. Well,
Cool.
sounds
Great.
good. Jim,
Thanks for
appreciate
coming
your
in.
time.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah.